Welcome and thanks for joining me. I'm Cheryl and this is Your Journey Yoga. We are going to do a series of stretches that are great to do every day, literally every single day, a short sequence of stretches that will really set the day up for success, to keep your body limber, to promote flexibility, to promote strength. Anybody can do these variations or modifications if you need to, but literally just some wonderful, wonderful stretches to help set you up for a healthy, long life. So let's start in a seated position and sit up nice and tall. We're going to bring the hands to the shins just below the knees and take a big press. Arch forward. Lift your gaze to the sky. Exhale and hollow your tummy and chest. Tuck your chin towards your chest. So as we hollow the body, and we arch the back, I want you to move at the pace of your breath. Big inhale as you arch. Exhale as you hollow. Our cat and cow series, just moving, articulating those vertebrae one at a time, moving at the pace of your breath. Great way to work out kinks in the back, to promote that mobility between each of the vertebrae. Let's do one more each. Really just want to keep this like 5 or 6 of each, and inhale it back up nice and tall. Release your hands down by your sides. Take a big breath in, and as you exhale, turn and take your gaze out over that right shoulder. Just turning as far as you can turn, sitting up as tall as you can sit, relaxing through those arms. A little tuck of your chin towards that right collarbone. Again, mobility and flexibility in that cervical spine. Letting go of tension in the neck, the shoulders. Mindful of our breath. We inhale, we lift and turn back to face front. And then take your gaze out over that left shoulder as far as you can turn your head. And then gently tuck your chin towards that left collarbone. No tension in the shoulders, guys. Just let those arms be heavy. Staying strong through the belly, long through the spine. Inhale, lift your gaze, turn it back to face front, and then just slowly walk your hands forward, supporting as much as you need to support. Just walking the hands forward, coming out as far as feels good to you. As you get to that place where you feel this amazing stretch in your lower back and in those hips, I want you to stop. If the body wants to continue to melt towards the ground, let it. Let your head be heavy. Big, full, deep breaths. So we are very mindful of what's going on through the hips, through the lower back, through the shoulders. If there is ever any pain involved, or if we start to feel any kind of tingly sensations, we're going to back off. We're going to lessen that range of motion. And let's slowly walk those hands back up. And we're going to come to a lateral flexion. Inhale, reach to the sky, releasing that right hand to the mat, left arm up and over. So all of these, my friends, are gentle. Okay, they are not going to any place where you're on a 10 on the intensity scale, not even a 9. If you want to be at an 8, just make sure that those breaths are still slow and steady. A little push with that right hand to lift the left side of the rib cage and see if you can feel space between those ribs. Inhale, reach to the sky. Both arms come up. We release that left hand down, right arm up and over. So we're going to work to keep that right sit bone connected to the earth. We're going to feel that space between those between the ribs. And we're going to push with that left hand a little bit and lift that right side of the rib cage even more. Inhale, both arms come up. And release those arms down by your sides. Still sitting up nice and tall. Lift the shoulders. And gently release them. Let's just do that one more time. Inhale, lift the shoulders. I want you to squeeze them up as hard as you can squeeze them. And then gently let them fall. Relax through the shoulders. Give them a little shake. Nice. Let's come forward and up onto all fours to a tabletop position. Hands are shoulder width, knees are hip width, core is nice and strong. We're going to inhale and extend left arm and right leg, lengthening and reaching through the fingertips and through the toes. Our spinal balance. We're lengthening, we're lifting, we're reaching. Solid. Now, if ever you need to just release both hands down and just work the leg, that is absolutely fine. Our spinal balance, guys, is about hip stability, core stability, activating the hamstrings, strengthening through the shoulders, and release. Other side, inhale it up, right arm and left leg. Hips are square. We're lengthening and we're reaching. We're lifting out of that left shoulder, crown of the head pointing directly front, and breathe. And release. So we're going to move this into a moving spinal stability. Inhale, left arm, right leg. Exhale and release. Other side, inhale it up. Exhale and release. Inhale it up. Exhale and release. Inhale it up. And release one more time each side. So really working to minimize the rocking and the movements other than just through the arms and the legs. Back to tabletop, and we sit it back to child's pose. Extend those arms out nice and long. Hips back towards your heels, and just relax the weight of your head. Nice big deep breaths. So if this is your first time in child's pose, I want you to kind of take inventory a little bit. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes. How are we doing? Now, if you are not in love with child's pose, there are some modifications you can do. You can stack your hands for the forehead to rest against. You can stack fists. You can take a pillow and bring that pillow underneath the head, underneath the chest for support. You can place a pillow between your bottom and your heels for a little elevation. We want child's pose to be as comfortable as it can be, because this is a wonderful place. Stretching the thighs, those quadriceps, stretching the shoulders, the lower back, promoting flexibility and range of motion in the hips. Just a wonderful place. We're going to inhale and come up to a modified high plank, and we're just going to do a little flow here. As you exhale, glue your hands and sit it back to child's pose. Feel that extension from fingertips all the way out through your tailbone. Inhale it back up. Feel that core stability as you come to that modified plank. And exhale it to child's pose. We're going to do 3 more, just moving at the pace of your breath. Again, promoting mobility, core strength, range of motion in the hips and the shoulders. Let's do 1 more. And sit it back to child's pose. Arms are still extended out nice and long. We're going to spread our fingers nice and wide. Arms extended out long. Let's lift the forehead, tuck the toes. Press and lift your hips to the sky. Downward facing dog. Now, if for whatever reason, shoulders, wrists, any part of your body not ready for down dog, you can stay in child's pose. That is absolutely fine. Our down dog, we are working to get the bend out of our wrists. So I want you to feel that length from fingertips up to the sit bones and from the sit bones down to your heels. Find your breath. Allow those heels to gently sink and feel that long stretch down the back of the legs. Taking the gaze between your hands, walk your feet in to forward fold. And just relax the weight of your arms. If you need support, bend those knees slightly. Place your hands on your shins or on your thighs. If you are able, let those arms just gently hang. So we're taking care of ourselves. We are challenging ourselves, but we are honoring wherever we are within this pose. We want to feel that amazing stretch all the way down the backs of the legs. We want to feel that release of tension in the neck and the shoulders. And breathe. Bring the hands to the elbows, hold on, and then just gently sway side to side.
Nice big deep breaths. Coming back to center, release your arms and then ever so slowly roll yourself up. One vertebra at a time.
With a big shoulder roll up and back, shoulders slide down and away. Inhale, reach to the sky. Lateral flexion, only standing this time. Left arm comes down, right arm high, lean in and reach. As high as you can reach and as low as you can reach. Inhale, both arms come up. Exhale, other side, lean in and reach. As high and as low as you can reach. Inhale, both arms come up. Exhale, swan dive, soft bend in those knees. Inhale up to monkey half lift, flat back. Exhale down, take a giant step back with your left foot. Bring that back knee to the floor. Untuck your toes. Lift your hands to your thigh. Breathe, let those hips be heavy. Keeping that core strong. If you need a chair, a block, a counter, anything to help stabilize, whatever it is, that's absolutely fine. If you can just use that right thigh, please do so. Inhale, straighten that front leg a little bit, release that intensity, and then exhale, gently release it back down. Release that left hand to the inside of your right foot, rotate your body and reach. Breathe. Exhale, slowly releasing that right hand down. Tuck your toes and let's bring that back foot in to forward fold. Inhale up to monkey half lift. Exhale down, take a giant step back with your right foot. Back knee to the mat. Untuck those toes. Lifting those hands to the top of that left thigh. Chest is lifted. You should feel this great stretch down the front of that right leg. Again, if you need support, anything, a block, a chair, a counter, a piece of furniture, whatever it is, or we use that thigh. Core is strong. Inhale, straighten that front leg a little bit, release that intensity, and then exhale, sink back in. Releasing your right hand to the inside of the left foot, rotate your body and extend. Left arm to the sky, reach it up. Breathe. Lots of different places to be feeling this stretch, you guys. Checking in with the breath, making sure that we are still breathing slow and steady. And gently releasing that left hand down, tuck the back toes, draw that back foot in to forward fold. Shifting your weight to your heels, core is strong, slowly bend your knees, only as low as what feels right to you, keeping the support with those hands. And then as you exhale, press through your heels, lift your toes, and extend those legs. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, bend the knees, lowering your bottom down as low as feels right to you. And then exhale, extend. 1 more time. Inhale, bend. And exhale, extend. Inhale up to monkey half lift. Exhale down, walk, step, or hop to a high plank position, releasing the knees to the mat, tops of the feet to the mat. Crocodile down, elbows right by the ribs. Press it through up dog. And sit it back to child's pose. Beautiful job, you guys. Nice big deep breaths. Feels good. And we're going to inhale it back up to that modified plank, and we're going to pull that right knee through between the knees. Sitting up nice and tall as you can sit. If you need to lean forward a little bit, that's absolutely fine. Just make sure that those shoulders are rolled back. If you are finding that you are way up, it's absolutely fine. Do your best to let go of the body weight. If you want to place a pillow, a block, anything underneath that right hip to allow yourself to kind of really just sink in, wonderful place to do that. And then we're going to walk those hands forward. Either extending those arms out nice and long, resting the forehead to the mat, or stacking your hands and resting the forehead against the back of the hands. So our pigeon pose, guys,
This is probably the most intense stretch that we'll come to today. If you're like, no, not really, that forward fold was pretty intense, yeah, you're in good company. But as far as a deep hip stretch, guys, this is probably the best. It's one of the most requested. I don't think I've ever taught a class in 20 years where pigeon pose was not requested. It's just a good pose. Great stretch. And let's slowly walk those hands back up. One hand on either side of your knee. Tuck your toes. Step it back to plank. And sweep that left knee through. Back leg is long. Breathe. So we're checking in with those knees, making sure we're taking care of those knees. If you need to come over onto your hip, that's okay. Pulling that back leg in. If pigeon pose just isn't the place where you want to spend some time today, it's absolutely fine, guys. If we need to bring those hands forward a little bit, come forward a bit. Make sure that you still have those shoulders rolled back so you keep your neck long. And let's slowly walk the hands forward. Again, fully extending those arms or stacking your hands. And just relax the weight of the upper body down. So there's some great fun places to come to in our pigeon pose as the body is ready for it. But we certainly aren't going to do anything until it's ready. So just focusing on your breath here, noticing if you're holding any resistance, if this is really, really challenging, if this feels amazing. I hope it does. Breathe, breathe, breathe. And let's slowly walk those hands back up. One hand on either side of that left knee. Tuck your right toes. Lift your hips. Step it back to plank. Crocodile down. We got to get in a strength here. Press it through up dog. And sit it back to child's pose. And we're going to open up those knees a bit. And we're going to allow the tummy and chest to kind of rest in that space between those legs. Arms can be extended out. You can stack your hands. I want you to just find a place where you feel relaxed as best you can. So we've got just a couple more stretches, guys. You're doing awesome. As you're ready, walk your hands up. Come over onto a hip. Sweep your feet around and slide on down to the top of your mat. Legs are long. If you have a towel, a pillow, any kind of a blanket you'd like to roll up, you can place that underneath your knees to give you a little really nice cushion, a modification for having the legs long if this is just too much, if those hamstrings aren't quite ready for that. Inhale, reach to the sky, soft feet or flex your feet, hinge it forward. We're going to work to place the tummy down, chest down, hands, and then just relax the weight of your head. So by bending those knees, guys, that will release a lot of that tension. So if your hamstrings are screaming at you, we don't want them screaming, guys. A gentle moan is perfect, but really honestly, we just want them to be quiet. We want to let the hamstrings, we want to let the calves just quietly, gently release. Weight of the head is heavy, but having that soft bend in the knees, guys, is a beautiful place to be. I don't ever want you to be like, oh my gosh, I hate stretching. No. We need to appreciate stretching. Stretching is never easy, but always worth it. Inhale, reach it out. Sit up nice and tall. And we're going to slowly roll back, either taking that knee with you, just finding a safe way to come down onto your back, whatever is good for you. And we're going to pull that right knee in. Right arm extends out to a T. Left hand to the outside of your right knee, and gently pull your knee across your body. Keeping both shoulders on the mat, turn your gaze out over that right arm. Close your eyes. Breathe, slow, steady breaths. Honestly, if you only do one stretch at all, either make it pigeon or this one.
And gently releasing that left hand, rolling that left knee back to center. Extend your right leg to the sky. Point your toes, a little external rotation through that hip. So roll your heel inward, pinky toe out, and slowly lower that leg down. So it's like you're turning your kneecap to the outside, rolling that leg open. And we pull that left knee in, left arm extends out to a T, right hand to the outside of the left knee, and gently pull your leg across your body. Keeping both shoulders on the mat. Turn your gaze out over that left arm. Working to keep both shoulders against the earth. Closing your eyes, relaxing your jaw. Releasing that right hand, rolling back to center. Extending left leg to the sky. Point your toes, lengthen your leg, little external rotation through that hip. Reaching out through the toes and slowly lowering your leg down. So again, we're just kind of rolling that left kneecap open. External rotation of that femur in that hip joint and allowing it to come all the way down to the mat. Hands resting on your tummy just for a moment. We're going to take a few deep breaths here. So as important as it is to move, it is equally important to stop, to breathe and to reconnect mind, body, and breath. So all of the movements, all of the poses that you have done today, all of the stretches, here's where it all comes together. The mind, the heart, the body, healing, re-energizing. Quieting stresses, worries, and anxieties, and focusing on all that is right and the strength and power within your breath. And here I want you to focus on a word that makes you feel strong. That helps to give you purpose and focus. Just a single word, whatever it may be. Strong, meaning so many different things. Sure, there's physical strength, but there's strength in showing emotion, strength in remaining true to what you believe, strength in independent thought, strength for standing up for what you believe in. Strength in admitting when you're wrong. Strength in celebrating others' successes. So far beyond just physical strength. Be strong. And let's gently wiggle the fingers and the toes. Reach the arms overhead, stretch through the toes, reach through the fingertips. Big breath. And as you're ready, draw your knees in towards your chest. And roll to one side. Take your time. And whenever you're ready, use the strength of your arms to help you come up to a seated position. Sitting up nice and tall. Rest your hands comfortably. Close your eyes. Relax your jaw. And I want you to take a moment. Amazing job today. If this is brand new to you, welcome. I hope you stay. I hope you come back time and time again. I hope you subscribe, and I hope you learn to love it if you don't already. It can change your life, you guys. It really is a game changer. Gently open your eyes. I hope you feel warm, comfortable, re-energized, calm, and ready for the rest of your day. Bringing the hands to heart center. Again, I thank you so very much. Always an honor and a privilege to be a part of your day. Thank you for allowing me to be part of yours. Take care of your day. Take care of yourself. Take care of your life. Stay strong. Light and love to each and every one of you. Until the next time, namaste.